And it's also nice to have Glenn McFarlane, former Victorian and Tasmanian coach, with us again in expert commentary. This week's game we see Carl Bottomley, who had a great first up win, up against Anne-Marie Putney. Has he got the game to take Anne-Marie out?
Well, we'll have to see, Bill. The games keep getting better each week on the Coca-Cola Classic, as you say. Both representatives for Australia overseas in the World Cup, Carl in 1996, and as recently as last November, Anne-Marie was over there and a top performance she put in. We'll see if she can do that today as well.
OK, settle back. Should be a good one. Let's have a closer look at both the players. Carl Bottomley has bowled a perfect 300 game on 7 occasions. He's won the Cool Foam Classic 3 times and is a regular Australian team representative. Carl topped off a fantastic 1996 with 3rd place in the World Cup.
It's got to be treated as just another day at the office. Every day you walk into a centre, you've just got to treat every day as a new day and take things one step at a time. I've done reasonably well in the past, but not exceptionally well, and I'd like to walk out at least feeling I bowled as well as I possibly could.
Anne-Marie Putney from New South Wales was the highest-ranked Australian female player in 1997. She played in the World Cup last November in Egypt and had a great series, finishing in 5th place. She has bowled for her state and country on many occasions and is looking for a good first-up showing today.
I'll probably be shaky the first couple of games, but I'll get used to it. I'm used to getting videoed, but that's completely different with all the lights, and you can see the red light on the cameras, and so just hope I can do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Well, we've really been spoiled the last couple of weeks. We've had some fantastic games in the Coca-Cola Tenpin Classic. New South Wales captain and current Australian team bowler Sue Castle, once again, welcome to the commentary team. And I might start by putting both our expert commentators on the spot if we get a prediction for this outcome.
I think I'd have to say I've got a soft spot for the females, obviously. We've only got one left in the tournament now, so I'm hoping that Anne-Marie can do us proud.
So Carl Bottomley opens up. First ball, first frame. And left a few short. So what about you, Glenn? How do you see it?
Well, we know that Carl is in fine form at the moment. His first up win in the Coca-Cola Classic, coming off a 278 game, in fact the highest in the tournament. It'll be tough to beat, but we'll see what happens at the end of 10.
As you see, he's got 4 pins standing on the lane. And that really was a masterful performance last time we saw Carl out here, so he'll have some happy memories. And good solid start for him.
I like the way that Carl shoots at his spares. For a bowler who swings the ball a great deal, he takes the option of flattening it out for the spare shot, just to keep it nice and simple and straight.
And for the first time in the Coke Classic in this series, we'll see Anne-Marie from New South Wales. Let's see how she comes up in her starts.
A little bit light on that shot. Could be due to nerves. We've got to bear in mind this is Anne-Marie's first appearance on television, so she might be a little bit nervous.
So we see Anne-Marie Putney, the 27-year-old from Edgeworth in New South Wales.
She'll be aiming for the 2 pins on the left-hand side, and she'll be hoping to knock the 2 pin over onto the 10.
And of course, both of our competitors today have made their way to the bowling World Cup. Carl in 1996 and Anne-Marie only as recent as last November in Egypt.
And pretty spectacular backdrop over there, I believe, for the particular tournament.
Yes, they held the finals of the tournament outside in the car park. They actually set up 2 lanes for the final step-ladder match, and it was a great backdrop with backdrop of the pyramids and the Sphinx in the background. So
it's a fine shot from Anne-Marie. She'll be pleased with that.
Strike, the first strike of the game. That goes to Anne-Marie Putney.
In fact, Sue, just from going on from what you're saying then about the World Cup being played outdoors with the finals, they tell me the men, a lot of them wore sunglasses and a hat.
Yeah, and to Anne-Marie's credit too, she finished a credible 5th place, so she did Australia proud.
Yes, indeed.
Gee, there aren't too many sports around the world that can boast that sort of backdrop and location. So it would have been a spectacular tournament to watch. this man's also spectacular to watch. Carl Bottomley, the Queenslander, making a great run at this tournament. And there's the first strike for him. Is this going to be the start of another big run for Carl Bottomley?
See on the replay here, Carl coming up solid at the foul line, giving the ball plenty of room to move. Good old 10 in the hit.
Missed last year's Coke Classic at the World Cup. That's kept him away. And he's left a difficult split to try and clean up there.
Glenn, that ball came back extremely hard.
It did, Sue. To me, it looked like Carl perhaps just eased off the pace of the shot, just a fraction. And the ball's just snapped and taken off towards the end there.
Of course, the back end of the lane is a lot drier than the front end of the lane, so when the ball does get to that dry patch on the lanes, it'll obviously take a left-hand turn.
Here's a go.
Oh, that's close. What a great attempt.
Fine effort there from Carl Bottomley from Queensland.
Now we've got a real match on our hands at the moment now. We've got both bowlers opening one frame apiece. So we're going into the third frame, and Anne-Marie has a chance to get a double, get some pins back, and to take the lead from Carl.
Gee, how close was that? Just didn't take out the other pin. And of course, we're keeping an eye out for a cool foam magic moment. It's the shot or frame in the game. There's the decider or turning point.
Anne-Marie'd be happy with that mix. The ball didn't finish up to the pocket like she would have wanted, but she got away with a good count there.
That's the second shot on the right-hand lane where the ball just hasn't finished as hard as what she might have liked.
Right on the money. Anne-Marie Putney. And it's dead level. Here in what is a gripping game in the Coca-Cola Tenpin Classic. They're having the firepower to take on Carl after his big game the previous week. Well, see, that's quite an outstanding record she's got, breaking the Australian record for men and women for a two-game block, scoring 298 and 300.
Bill, it's interesting to note that in the Canberra Open, with that, she actually averaged 242 for 12 games of qualifying, which is a phenomenal record.
It's a bad break there for Anne-Marie. The ball came rolling up. Just see, it just didn't finish enough. The 5 pin's still left standing there. The ball just deflected as it hit the pocket. As you can see by Anne-Marie's expression, she was a little bit disappointed with it as well.
She'll be looking to just slide the ball in between the two remaining pins.
Took one and left another. So now just the narrowest of margins between these two competitors. Just a one-pin split at the moment, with Carl about to start his fourth frame. They're all down.
That's a great comeback by Carl after leaving the other frame open.
Let's watch it again. 1997 was a big year for Carl. Won the Cool Foam Classic, the Australian Open, and the South Pacific Classic, actually in 96, those last two tournaments. Here he goes again, looking for a strike. He's got it. Nailed a ripper.
So it looked like Carl's shot on that. The ball just might have picked up a little bit of extra oil, and it just helped it hold its line to get it down to the pocket.
I think also the look on Carl's face, he had a little bit more determination, a little bit more power in the shot, enabling it to get further down the lane before it actually started breaking and coming back to the pocket.
Anne-Marie will be looking for a good shot here. He'll build a confidence.
Oh, very close to taking them all out.
I really feel that she's not playing the right area of the lane at the moment. I feel that she needs to take a lead from Carl's Booker and be more out on the outside of the lane and letting the ball roll up.
Come up to the pocket from the outside, yeah. Particularly on the right-hand lane that you've mentioned so far, Sue.
Anne-Marie trailing by 13 pins.
She makes the spare though. Good effort.
one came across the head pin. She's has 8 in the pit. Couple left standing. Let's watch the style of Anne-Marie Putney. Takes it right across the lane and
she covers it.
That's a great scoring. I wonder what's going through their minds out there. I mean, remember, this is cutthroat. The person who loses this match does not go on.
What we found with a lot of our bowlers in the Coke Classic is that they tend not to worry about the score too much and just focus on what they're going to do for the very next shot, and that's good advice.
Plenty at stake, $3,000 first prize, and that all expenses paid trip to the High Roller International in Las Vegas. $1 million tournament. Wouldn't you love a share of first prize there? Here's Carl.
He's going for his 3rd strike.
I think he's got that one. Yes, he has. Yeah. See if Carl Bottomley can stay in the groove. We'll be back after the break. Back to the Mt.Gravatt lanes. Carl Bottomley has a 30-pin lead. Quite comfortable at this stage. She's just bowled a turkey. 3 in a row. Make that 4 in a row. 4 strikes for Carl Bottomley. Is this the start of another run for him, Glenn?
Well, it could be, and of course, Bill and Sue, we're looking for our cool foam magic moment, that turning point in the match, that particular shot, or it could be a spare, could be a crucial strike, or a pin count that's needed, and that could earn that particular player $1,000 at the end of the series.
Anne-Marie Putney now has a little bit of work ahead of her. Oh, and the big cheer might have helped that one. Yeah, I don't think it needed a lot of cheering. It looked pretty good coming out of their hand.
Anne-Marie is sticking with the line that she started off with, but this is where she really needs to consolidate it and make that bad double.
Yeah, she's down by 40 at the moment, but she's got her strike on at the moment. We've still got 3 frames to go here, so she's not out of it by a long shot. The last shot that we saw Anne-Marie throw there was a lot more determined.
It's the 8th frame coming up now. Anne-Marie to lead off. After a big 1997 first place in the Australian rankings, she's highest ranked female bowler in the country. And there is another one. She is running hot, Anne-Marie Putney.
I think you're right, Sue. That determination is making the difference right now for Anne-Marie Putney.
I think we've finally gotten over the nerves and the tentativeness in bowling. She's brought that lead down by Carl's lead down to a 30-pin lead now by getting that double. But we're still looking at Carl bowling the 8th frame now, and he's going for his next 5th strike in a row if he can put this one in the pocket here and carry all 10.
Of course, we saw him bowl 7 in a row in that phenomenal match against Cara Honeychurch.
And he looks to be doing it so easily. The style of Carl is so fluent.
Yeah, he's handling the lane superbly. There's another one.
How easy is that?
Well, if he keeps going at this pace and he can close out the 9th and the 10th frame with strikes, he'll finish on a potential 258.
A fantastic game here in the Coke Classic. Stick around. We're coming back right after the break. As this match in his grass leads by 40 pins. He's chasing a 6th consecutive strike. Let's have a look at it. Looks like he lost a bit of footing there on the approach.
Yep, just a little bit off balance there at the release point, and left the one solid 10-pin in the right-hand corner there.
How about the approaches for all the bowlers? I guess they vary. People that are watching at home may notice that some are a little further back, some are a little more central. I guess it depends on which line you're taking.
I think they've got a great combination here with the wooden approaches and the synthetic lanes. Some centres do have synthetic approaches and synthetic lanes, and the synthetic approaches tend to cause a lot of bowlers a lot of problems. Some stick, some slide. So they've got a great combination here at Mt.Gravatt.
Anne-Marie Putney up in a moment, of course, represented her state New South Wales 6 times, and she's also represented Australia 8 performances overseas.
Yep, she's running out of fingers to put those 300 games rings on. She's got 4 of them at the moment.
Currently working on 3 strikes in a row.
Yes! Oh, yes! She's going to be happy with that big smile on the face. Why not?
Sue Anne-Marie's gotten away with what we call a Brooklyn strike there.
Yep, that's when the ball goes over to the left-hand side of the head pin for bowlers that bowl with the right hand. She's happy. She'll take it. 10 in the pit. Who's going to remember how she got that third one?
They all count. Sometimes they make up for the luck of the game. At the moment, Anne-Marie trailing by 30.
4 strikes in total in this game for Anne-Marie. I'm sure she dearly loved a couple more to finish this game off.
That's a nice shot.
She's looking solid. Wow, this is really putting the pressure back on Carl now. That could be a cool phone magic moment. We'll see at the end of the game.
It's like we've seen 2 totally different Anne-Maries. For the first 5 games, it was really hesitant.
Tentative.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the last 4 shots, with the exception of the one that went Brooklyn, have basically been textbook perfect.
Exactly.
She's taking her time there, setting herself up.
Looking for a 5th successive strike. That's coming into the spot too.
A little bit higher. I think she went through that shot a little bit slower than the other one.
Still putting a lot of pressure on Carl, though. She's keeping him honest in this match of the Coca-Cola Tenpin Classic.
Anne-Marie now to finish out the game. There we go, nice. Sweet spare.
That's a good finish there. Anne-Marie finishing with a game of 202, and Carl's into his first ball of his 10th frame, and he's got a lead of 20 pins on Anne-Marie at the moment.
And if he finishes out with strikes, he's looking at a 237 game. See if he can get back onto that run that we've seen so far. Well, there's one of them.
Oh, he's bowling so well at the moment, Carl Bottomley. 278 game in his first appearance. And at the moment, he's already racked up 7 strikes so far in today's match.
Possible 237 if he can obtain 2 more strikes. And we're looking at his 2 appearances on TV, averaging well over the 250 mark.
It's been an outstanding display from Carl, and as we said a little earlier, he really has thrown out a challenge to everyone else in the tournament. He's staked a claim for this title. Very strong claim. Is this another strike? No.
See there, that ball went way, way, way out to the right-hand side of the lane and really had no chance of coming back hard at all. It's just thrown it that little bit too far.
On our replay here, just hanging out wide. The ball doesn't break back.
So if he can convert this spare, we're looking at a very nice 227 game.
He does just that to round out a magnificent win for Carl Bottomley from Queensland over Anne-Marie Putney, 227 to 202.
Another winner in the Coca-Cola Tenpin Classic. And first of all, if we can just have a quick word about a split that you had earlier on in the game, but then you came back with a good run of strikes.
Yeah, I came very close to actually sparing the split. I thought I was going to make it, and that sort of gave me a bit more confidence about standing up and throwing the next shot anyway.
Well, you went on for another fine score. In fact, for the 2 matches so far in the Classic, you're averaging 252. Now you come up against, in a quarterfinal, the top seed for the tournament at this stage, and that's Scott Sadler. Do you think you'll be able to keep it up?
I'll be trying hard. He was absolutely sensational in qualifying, so he's obviously going to be very, very tough, but we'll be out there giving it our best shot.
Another fantastic game from Carl Bottomley. There's no doubt about it. He's in great form.
Ah, he is, Bill. And even Anne-Marie, she was a bit slow to get off in the match, but she really knuckled down and put in a heap of strikes there. Carl went on to win. He's got to be one of the favourites for the Coke Classic at the moment. So far for his appearances, he's averaging 252, would you believe? A superb effort. But now he's into a quarter-final.
Next week, we've got Morty Douglas from Queensland in the first of the games up against Frank Ryan from Victoria. And that's all from the Coca-Cola Classic this week. Look forward to your company again next week. In the meantime, hit the lanes.